After watching the Bob Marley movie as a Jamaican, do I think Bob is cringing in his grave? Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Jacine Review. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. My name is Jacine, I'm a Jamaican and I do reviews of products, services, and experiences like the One Love movie. So if you're interested in that type of content, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification down below, and stay with me because I'm gonna be giving you the tea about that One Love movie, highlighting the life of Bob Marley. I went to see the movie at the Carib 5 Cinemas located in Crossroads in Jamaica. And when me tell you, say Jamaican people extra, we extra. Because people showed up at the movie in their Jamaican colors, in them Jamaica t-shirt. By the way, if you like my t-shirt, I'm gonna put a link in the description box below so you can go check out her Instagram and support her. People came out in their colors. They came out ready to support Jamaica in them Rasta color, in them Jamaican flag colors. People were excited to see the Jamaican culture on display internationally. I think that was a really, good thing about going to see the movie. And if you're a Jamaican, I think that is something that you're going to enjoy about it as well. And if you want, you can, go in your colors too. I didn't think to do that, unfortunately, but there were so many other people there repping for Jamaica, and I really liked that. I'm gonna start with how Jamaica was portrayed. And what I will say is that there were very poignant and beautiful shots of the country. You saw the ocean, you saw the different people in the ghetto, you saw the different people across the country. The depiction of Jamaican people was authentic, and it was just really, really beautiful, right? And there was also like beautiful and historic shots. You could almost feel like you were there. This movie is set in the 70s, by the way, during a time when Jamaica was experiencing some significant political turmoil, violence. People were killing each other. It was a brutal time, right? And that is when it was set, and it's within like a brief period of Bob's life. It highlights that portion of our history, which may not necessarily be the most, what do I say, positive thing. However, it is something that was needed. It is relevant to the movie, and I think it was well portrayed and respectfully done as well. Jamaica, beautiful. The airport, the way our people are, it was just, I think Jamaica was portrayed in a good light. Obviously, our political past is not something that we can change. Let's move into how Rita was portrayed. This is probably where we might have just a little bit of tea. I will say that I think Rita was portrayed as a very strong Black Jamaican woman. The actress did a phenomenal job of depicting who Rita was and how she was. She tried her best to do the Jamaican accent. We'll talk about the accents later in the video. But in terms of her acting and the way that she showed the strength of Rita and the value of Rita and her resilience and the way that she was supportive of her husband, it was beautiful to see. She was definitely someone who was portrayed as a traditional Jamaican woman who takes care of the kids and supports her husband. And I think they really showed how much she believed in Bob. Look here, this woman took a bullet for her man. What? And after she done take the bullet for the man, she check herself out of the hospital for go there at the man concert. Make I tell her something. I don't know, man. I don't know if I would be that loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. Anyhow, I don't know if I'd be that loyal for check myself out of the hospital with gunshot wound to my head and go to one concert for one man. I mean, it was her husband, but girl, you're good, you're strong, you're chang. And some of the other things we'd have to deal with Bob, I don't know, sis. We also saw some scenes where we knew that Rita was a force in and of herself. It wasn't just Bob. She was also talented. She had her own career. And it's funny that she had to give up some opportunities for Bob, and it's good that that was shown, because a lot of times women in our society, that is what is expected of us. We are the ones who should sacrifice so that the man or the husband can go out there and be his best self within the work world, or to showcase his talent. And sometimes you have to take a step back and maybe not shine quite as brightly. And I don't agree with it, but that is the reality of our society. The woman is expected to take care of the kids, to take care of the family, to ensure that all of those behind the scenes things are taken care of, and support the man, and do all of the other things that are expected of you as a wife or a woman. I think, I don't know if it obviously was worth the sacrifice. It was worth the sacrifice. And Rita was a very strong and very smart woman, and she knew that her husband was legendary. So you can't falter. You can't falter. And she, as I said before, is a talent in her own right. We see it, we know it. Those of us who have seen her perform in Jamaica or elsewhere, we know say Rita is a GOAT. Yeah. Shout out to the actress who portrayed Rita. As I said, she tried her best with the accent, and she did epitomize Rita to the best of her ability. Now let's move into talking about how Bob was portrayed. From the movie, you could see his portrayal was, he was strong, he was wise, he was revered, he was looked up to, he was admired, not only by the people of Jamaica, but worldwide, and also the people around him. He was respected. He was seen as a leader, and all of that was shown in the movie. His spiritual affiliation, the way that he was about Rastafari, it was very clear in the movie, and I really admired that. I'm happy about that, and I think those portrayals were very, very authentic. Bob was also portrayed to be very trusting of people, and say you can't trust people, but not to give any spoilers, he was trusting initially, but some people did get them comeuppance. If you don't know what comeuppance is, Google. But yeah, Bob was a very strong leader. He was portrayed as very strong, very unifying, very peaceful. And I will say that the actor did a decent job in his portrayal of Bob. But there are some things that I found to be, just as a Jamaican, I think it's a little off. And I know that this was done for an international audience, but some of the acting was a little off to me. Some of the performing I felt was a little bit overacted, and in some places I feel like you could tell that it was lip syncing, and it was slightly jarring, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible at all. You could, as a Jamaican, you know that you could tell it's not a real Jamaican accent, but it still did. The both him and the actress who played Rita, we could tell that they were attempting to speak patois, and the way that it was done was fairly decent. I'll shout out to all of those coaches who worked with them. But yeah, we'll talk more about the accent later on. When Bob was diagnosed with cancer, it was a very touching scene, that section. So you will see that, you will see, how that unfolded, how it was portrayed in the movie. It was touching, and yeah, I don't know, let me sip some wine. It was really touching. I was touched during that part of the movie. And it could have been prevented, but Bob was just not interested in getting that toe looked after, and unfortunately that's how his demise came about, and he died. So yeah, that was kind of sad to me, and it was, however, adequately depicted, very well depicted in my opinion, because I was actually touched. Let's talk about Rastafarianism, because as we all know, Bob is a Rasta, and the Rastas around him, yeah man, they were well portrayed. The people around him, the musicians around him, you know, there were so many funny moments with the musicians. I won't give you, you know, any spoilers. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comment box down below if you've already seen the movie. I think there was an excellent depiction of the leadership of Rastafari, the beliefs of Rastafari, the movement, and the way of life of Rastas, and I applaud that. I guess now we can go into the acting or the accent. Is Bob cringing about this accent? Maybe just a little bit. Is he cringing about how he was portrayed and how this actor spoke and acted? Maybe slightly at the performances where he was just doing the most. But I watched an interview with him and he did say that he studied Bob extensively. Of course, I also know that they got training in the Jamaican accent. In fact, Faye Ellington, which is one of the people I admire most in the field of media and communication, was one of the people who coached them on the Jamaican accent. Shout out to you, Faye. So yeah, they did a good job in trying to portray the Jamaican accent in an as authentic way as they possibly could, within their limitations as being non-Jamaicans. Do I think a Jamaican could have gone in and done it? Of course. But this is what we had, this is who we got. And we have to also remember that this is not just to appeal to the Jamaican audience. In fact, it is more geared towards appealing to an international audience. So we definitely have to keep that in mind. We have to understand that and know how the runnings go right there. So we can't have too much of a deep Jamaican accent, because we want the foreigner them to understand what we are saying. We want them to understand. So I understand why it's like that, but I'm also like, it's as I said before, as a Jamaican, my patois ear, my Jamaican ear could tell that it wasn't a Jamaican speaking in Jamaican patois or with a Jamaican accent. I could tell, and I'm sure other Jamaicans could tell. Let me know in the comment box below if you've seen this movie. What did you think about the accent and how it was done? The messages of this movie, I think it was beautiful. There are two key messages that I got from this movie. One that was recurrent, Bob said it several times, and other people, and that is the music and the message are the same thing. I agree. And then the other was, you can change or have an immense impact on the world with your talent. And as we saw in the movie, Bob was really a unifier. I won't give you all the details, but suffice it to say that within that turmoil political climate, his talent, his music, his personality was a unifying factor in helping to bring peace to the Jamaican society during a time that was very difficult for us politically. Talent, music, vibes changed the world. Jamaican music, top tier Jamaican music, can change the world, has changed the world, has changed our society. And so when I hear people talking about how, you know, the nowadays musicians, or if you want to call them musicians, dancehall artists, etc., the kind of messages that they're putting in the music, and people are saying, oh, you know, it's the parents who are responsible for their children, and the music doesn't have an impact. The reggae dancehall, all of the Jamaican music and other music has a tremendous impact on our society. There is no denying that. You know, so some of the time we need to do better, man. Some of them chopping and them things, they need to come out of the Jamaican music straight up. Should you go watch this movie? Is Bob cringing in his grave? I don't think he's really cringing. Maybe just slightly because of the accent and the overacting little bit. But I will say Bob's music was very, very, very beautifully shown and showcased and highlighted in this movie. And if you love the Jamaican culture, you love Jamaican music, you love Bob, and you want to learn some more about Jamaica's past and our history, this movie is for you. It's set in a specific time within the 70s, so just keep that in mind. It is not Bob's entire life. I forget to talk about one thing about how Bob was portrayed. We did see him portrayed as a womanizer. Yes, he was. We never seen none of the, what we want to call it now, the tea, the festivities. We all know how Cindy go make her social media posts, and there was one bag of back and forth in when the movie came out. I'm sorry to tell you that you're not Rita. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, we Sister Bob did. He was a little on the wild side, let's put it that way. Yeah. We saw some evidence of it with the kids, etc. Rita still accept them, but Rita, my girl, make me tell you something, bun for bun, straight up. I mean, maybe you never do it quite like him, but yeah, man, you go on with yourself. You go on with yourself, you not sit down and just take it. Yeah, me like that, me rate that. Me not say woman must cheat on them, man, but if you get so much, how much pick come in for you? You know, say this I make people now want to make Bob into a national hero. I do think he should be a national hero, though. I don't think anybody has brought Jamaica on the map in the way that Bob has. Yes, we have others, we have greats, but in terms of in music, Bob and the Marley family generally, yeah. Should you go watch it if you haven't seen it? I would say absolutely. And as I said before, Bob might be slightly cringing, but I think him happy that once again Jamaica is being portrayed out there internationally. People are get to see it, people are get to know it, people are get to know him, people are get to know about him life. Yeah, I don't see where the negative is in that. And so if I were to rate this movie out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7.5. Shout out to the producers who hired Jamaicans, because it wasn't just foreigners who were on this movie or on this set. Jamaicans were also involved in the production, and there were some actors as well. I would go and watch it again, and I would recommend that you go and see it if you have not already seen it, whether you're a Jamaican or you live somewhere else in the world. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then put a comment in the comment box down below. Let me know what you think. If you've seen this movie already, tell me your thoughts on it. Do you agree with what I've said about it with my review? What do you disagree with? If you don't agree with me, draw me out in the comments down below. Yeah, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, I invite you to subscribe and hit the bell notification if you want to know when I have new videos coming out. You know, you want to know when I have more opinions to share with you or more adventures. And yeah, follow me on social media. It's at Jacine D on Instagram, X or Twitter, and TikTok. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Bye.